Well, here we are. Did we come in under a month as we promised?
I think so.
Under
We're
promise, over deliver.
we're fucking getting there, actually.
It's a good thing we didn't go for the week,
Yeah,
you know,
we would have been
expectation.
screwed.
Yeah. We're busy. We got things going on.
That's what happens.
And on top of everything else, here we are doing a podcast now too. But I think that this is very necessary, all around. Just a really great way for us to put an advanced level of communication into everything that we're doing, and yeah, just having the opportunity to shoot the shit openly and just make everybody feel like they're constantly hearing from us.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like, people see stuff from the outside and it leaves a lot of room for,
Perception.
perception
Their
or,
own
or
conceived
assumptions.
thoughts.
I hate to say judgment because I don't want to, I don't want to think anyone's judgy, but yeah, it's like, what is it? What is it really behind the scenes? Like, how are these two guys?
Everybody's always judging.
Everyone's always judging. You're right.
Look at the baby, judging, looking. Yeah. Well, here we are. I'm excited to really kind of take it back, man, and just talk about how this whole thing got started. I think that that's a good place, episode 1, for us to kind of kick things off. Just talk about the conception
Cue
of
the
Tribute
Star Wars
Brands.
music, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. With the traveling paragraph.
Yeah. That would be fucking
through
funny,
space.
Dude. That would be hilarious. Well, I mean, obviously I know the story, but kind of recap it, man. Like,
hold on, before we do that, this guy directed traffic for which member from Sublime was it?
Eric Wilson, dude.
Eric Wilson.
Shit, that was cool as fuck.
So we're out at Reggae Rise Up yesterday, and having a good time. 311's playing, making our way through the crowd, just chilling. And then, I mean, we saw the clouds. We knew that there was a storm either coming our way or it was gonna be real close. And it just started pouring down rain.
Dude, the sky opened up. It was crazy.
True festival form, 100%. And then by the time we're drenched and it's been hitting us for at least 5 minutes, we see Eric Wilson with some of his crew, for some reason, rolling through the entire crowd.
Yeah, just general admission, dude.
I don't understand why that was the logistical situation.
I don't know either.
But and people just aren't moving. And then a few people start noticing who it is, but Josh just like, it was cool to see, man. This guy just took the reins of the situation and started clearing folks out. And then more people saw that it was him, and it was just this cool moment. Everyone started cheering. Yeah. And it was just dope to see you clearing the way for them and clearing it was an awesome moment.
Well, it was crazy. I was like facing the stage, and then this golf cart just comes up behind me honking. And I turn around, I'm like, what the hell? You know what I mean? And then like,
what the hell?
Instantly I lock into this dude in his hat, and I'm like, I know who that fucker is, dude. You know what I mean?
I didn't.
I was like, bro, I have to snap a picture. So I did. And then everyone was leaving from the stage because it was raining. Mm-hmm. Fucking cats and dogs.
They were evacuating at that point.
They were, yeah, because lightning, and she was about to hit it in reverse, and I'm like, bro, go in reverse, do it like with a 6-person golf cart. Like I could tell she was like, I don't want to fucking do this.
Nobody wanted to be on that cart in that situation.
So I was like, you need to get through, and she was like, yeah. I was like, I got you.
It was dope. And then we evacuated. We probably sat out there for and then you saw an old boy that was on the back of the cart when we were out there.
Yeah, again.
And he's like, thanks again, man.
Yeah, it was cool.
They remembered you, bro. It was the Mohawk.
You can't,
Mohawk. You know what I mean? You can't see this dude once and then not see him the second time, if you know what I mean. Mm. Yeah, look at that thing. Glistening. But it wasn't looking like that yesterday.
No, it was fucking...
Actually, I take back everything I just said. That was not the deal. That thing was...
Yeah.
Yeah, all the gel came out. It was fun. What a fun night.
Yeah, it
and
was
then we
good.
all ended up getting back in. It was such an ideal situation given the circumstances. We all crammed back in there, and Sublime came on. Felt like 15 minutes, and
Dude, it was.
what
Yeah.
a show! That was just
It was awesome.
That was awesome. What's Brad's son's name?
Jacob.
I'm not. Obviously, this isn't my primary.
Jacob
genre.
Noel.
Jacob
Yeah.
did a good job. I'm not gonna lie. I saw a video of them with him when I think it was like his first, because he just started doing this, right?
Dude, I mean, he's probably been doing it for like a year now, maybe a
Okay.
little over a year.
Yeah. So I'm thinking like maybe 6 months ago, and I don't know. So I remember watching it and going, where's Rome?
Yeah.
But last night, man, you could tell that he's been just consistently getting better and better and better.
Well,
His showmanship was fantastic. He looks
he's been
great
playing
up there.
music for a while. I mean, he has Jacob's Castle,
Right.
which will be actually in town the day before 98 Rock Fest in downtown Clearwater, which is cool.
Okay.
Playing like their like pre-party show or whatever.
We're playing at Thirsty First the
that.
night at 98 Rock Fest,
yeah.
unfortunately.
That's what's up.
Mia really, my daughter wants to go so bad to 3 Days Grace, but I'm not really at the point where her going to a concert like that without me, we're not close to that yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit. But last night was her first festival, and she got in the pit, man.
Dude, that's
She was moshing around. She came over. She was like, "I've been in a mosh pit now." I was like, "Cool, let me take you to a Lamb of God concert."
Yeah.
and see.
Well, now you've been in like
Yeah.
you've been in a mosh.
You've
pit.
been in a
Okay.
playpen.
Yeah.
But dude,
You were
it was
basically
cool.
skanking with like 5 other dirty dudes that are all high.
Yeah,
That's pretty much what that was.
Well, her friend was in there. There was a couple other. It was cool, man. I felt totally comfortable with the situation. I was actually, I felt like I had to do something. So I don't know, something like just triggered me to do it. But I told Ashley, I was like, "Excuse me," and then I just, excuse me, and then I got to her, and then she turned around. I was like, "You okay?" And she's like, "Where the hell did you come
Yeah,
from?"
what the fuck?
I was like, "I'm just checking on you. Just know
Yeah,
I'm
watching
here."
you.
Yeah, and but it was a good time.
That was a good night, dude.
It blew my mind when Ashley pointed this out to me. That was her first festival.
No shit.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. She's
Wow.
never been to a festival environment like that before.
Oh,
Blew my
dude.
mind. I was
It
like,
was so much fun.
we've been together for 8 years and you still haven't done this?
That's crazy.
But she's always like, anytime I go to Rockville or anything, she's always like, I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
good. You do you.
I mean,
Which I'm grateful for.
when you're talking days and days, you gotta love
Oh yeah.
either festivals or music,
Yeah.
right? And put those together, and it can. I mean, shit, you almost need a fucking vacation from the festival afterwards.
Rockville's pretty much a vacation, a very exhausting vacation, But festival life is just there's nothing like it.
There's nothing like it.
So much fun. So much fun. And then we had some shows this weekend too. So it's Monday for the record, and we're what is it, 8:30?
But
Getting towards the end of the day. Just kind of winding down. I've been out of it all day. I don't know about you. I went and got some sushi today. That was the highlight.
I've been out of it. I mean, I got up, drank some coffee, did some work, then had to go do more work and play.
Yeah, you
And
played
of
a
course,
gig
the rain.
at Shepherd's.
The rain sucked.
All these local venues and even, other venues elsewhere, since we book so widely across the United States and hopefully beyond soon, going to be getting a lot of name drops, man.
Yeah, man.
We're gonna have to let them know.
Yeah,
know?
it'll be another Star Wars thing, or just venue logos.
Yeah, sponsors.
Yeah, sponsors. We're looking for some.
Well-
We're not sponsored by the Dallas Cowboys, although I wish we were.
I will never do another episode if that happens. Count me out.
He's a Steelers fan.
We get Steelers, Cowboys, and then we'll just have the matchup. You know what I mean? We'll get some neon signs.
Go sports.
Yeah, we'll hybrid some sports into the mix with the music. Get the sports fans locked in.
That'd be dope.
They'll see a screenshot and be like, "Oh, what are these guys talking about? Oh, music.
Music.
I want to know player stats." I can't.
Dude, I have no bandwidth for player stats.
Neither do I.
No, I don't.
It blows my mind.
I don't.
when like when I'm around a couple of my buddies that are just locked in, I'm talking fantasy, thousands of dollars on the line a year, and that I get it at that point if you're trying to make money on it. But
I mean, it's fun, but
even
yeah,
if
the
you
money.
love it, like it's so hard. I mean, dude, I can't even remember a lot of musicians' names and shit.
Yeah, same.
I don't know. Maybe it's just my shortcoming, but it
No,
it
it's just-
blows me away how people remember statistic like game statistics from last year for one player, and then they can switch to the other player and talk about what I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a superpower to me.
I've never been the one to have like ESPN on fucking 24/7. You know what I mean? They're just.
No.
I'd rather shoot myself.
We watched a football game. That was the playoffs, so that's when it gets exciting.
Yeah. I mean, hey, I'll dedicate a one Sunday a week for 16 weeks
Yeah.
out of the year. That's cool. I'm cool. with
Basketball, baseball,
that. Can't do it.
can't follow that. I like going to the games. I love
Oh,
sports.
games
Sports
are
are awesome.
awesome,
I enjoy it. I think that the waters are very muddy these days with all the politics and bullshit, just like everything.
Yeah.
It's not as authentic as it once was. Once again, technology just making everything that much more accessible. But I love sports.
Yeah, sports
Football
are awesome.
primarily. But over the past couple of years, man, I have not been able to lock in on football season the way that I used to. Every Sunday, football's on today at this time on this channel, and this is where I need to be. I'm not going there.
No.
I'm not doing that birthday party.
Right?
I think it's mainly, with the kids just consuming more and more time, which I love every second of, but it's just harder to like commit to it.
Priorities
Even NFL
change. Man.
Live. I'm not trying to be somewhere and be looking at my phone and ignoring
no.
everybody,
There's already enough distractions, dude.
Yeah.
That's the way it is.
100%. 100%. There's more time and freedom that comes along with our current lifestyle and the businesses that we're involved in music, between tribute brands and playing in bands and everything else that comes along with that. But even though you can pick and choose your time, tell me if you feel this way, you still feel like you're busier than you have ever been in your life. Well, you gig a lot more than I do.
Yeah, but no, 100%, dude. It's I could wake up every day, dedicate my entire day just to this, and still feel like I haven't completed anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And on top of gigging, it's a lot. It's a lot. But I mean, you gotta love it to do it.
Throw the design work in the mix.
Oh yeah, design work. And sometimes you get creatively you go through like a creative drought, you know what I mean? It's like I think honestly, dude, it's I equate it to like if a chick's getting ready and she puts on an outfit and then fucking hates it and then puts on like 10 different outfits and then goes back to the original one that she put on the first. Dude, it's been like that.
Are you watching?
Creating fucking flyers.
You watching
dude.
this, Ash? Boy, do I! And then
Yeah.
you throw a teenager and a 5. My 5-year-old is the most like particular child I have ever. She's got to be like on fleek, bro. And I only know that term because of the kids. But,
Because the kids.
dude, when she goes to school in the morning, if she doesn't like her outfit,
Oh, it's probably hell to pay, dude.
dude, it turns our house upside down in the
I
morning.
bet.
But she's like classy about it in a way. Like she'll
Is she?
state her case and explain why this pony does not match, my bottoms or her shoes. But then when she gets like straightened out and she's happy with what she's rocking, she'll sit in the mirror and she'll hit a few.
Pose.
You know what I mean?
Pose, yeah.
And then she'll like turn around like, all right, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
And I'm like, okay,
Dude, actually, that brings you up to a business idea that I had. A website.
Do we want to tell them? We'll tell them.
I don't know. Because if someone steals it, I'll be pissed.
Get the virtual NDA out.
No, literally, I got this idea going to my barber shop, right? There's this dude, his name's Big Rob, and he's not big.
Okay.
But there's another Rob, and he's much,
Plot twist.
He's much smaller, so there's Little Rob and Big Rob. Shout out to Sapia's barbershop. Anyway, Dude, he comes into work, bro, and he's always matching. Dude, like his fucking dunks match his fucking shirt. Like, and I'm like, did you buy that together? Or did you buy it all separate? He's like, I bought it all separate. I'm like, how, dude? Like, are you taking shit with you? He's like, nah, just like it's I'm like, wouldn't it be awesome if there was a website that aggregated all that stuff together and you just if you buy a shirt, it'll pull up the shoes, it'll pull up
There
the
actually is
hats.
something like that. I've seen it.
Damn it.
It's on a subscription basis, and it's the ones that I've seen are very like American Eagle, Tommy Hilfiger style, like culture based clothing kind of thing, like modern. Obviously there's no graphic. It's all very
Oh no,
plain,
I want
but
to do this
it's
with all brands,
stylistic. Oh,
affiliate,
I see what you're saying.
like almost an affiliate marketing type of thing where it's
Mm-hmm.
like you're buying it from the company's website,
Mm.
but because you went through our website, you get a percentage of it.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like affiliate, like you do on TikTok, right,
Yeah.
or whatever. Like, and it just updates and aggregates and uses fucking AI and
If you
shit
know
to.
anything, if anybody watching this knows anything like that, send it to us.
That'd be dope.
Don't take our idea because we'll be coming for our minimum 10%.
Even
You
if
put
there
the work
is,
in.
even if there is something like that, right? Like it doesn't mean you can't make something and make it better,
Oh, yeah,
right?
dude, absolutely. Yeah. Just because there's one clothing brand, just
Yeah,
because Nike exists doesn't mean Reebok can't.
yeah, exactly.
Just, with pretty much anything these days. So, it's a good idea, man. Make a lot more money doing that probably than this shit.
Probably we don't do too bad, but yeah, you're right.
Well, shit, man, let's dive into it.
Yeah, man.
Um, I really love to sit here and kind of look around, and obviously this one room doesn't define it, but it puts it into perspective. Um, how far we've come and how much we've accomplished in a very, very, very short period of time. I think that like the main thing that I'm constantly reminding people of is that we've only been here for a little over a year.
Yeah, not even two.
Like strong,
Yeah,
because when Tribute Brands, when I obtained a license from the state, it was July of 2024, and I kind of started building the roster slowly. It was actually the first like 10, 15 bands. They were already pretty much lined up. You know what I mean? Like there was a queue,
yeah,
an immediate queue. You just of I mean bands that I was essentially close with or that I already, played shows that we did stuff with, an immediate network. So that was pretty quick. And then kind of started dabbling, getting some things going. Started working with Tina, did Cody River, and that ended up getting rescheduled, which is the exact same reason why there was like a 2 month halt almost where Tribute Brands just wasn't producing anything because when my house flooded and then we were displaced, and so I almost don't even count 2024 that much. Like it was there, some foundational stuff came in, but that night that you and I talked, I was living in the hotel
yeah. I remember
when
that.
we were displaced. And I'll never forget that conversation. We talked for probably like an hour and a half that night, and I had just been watching what you were doing, and we were buddies. We were already super tight.
Yeah, well, I originally saw you put that tribute brands out there on social media, and I was like, dude, well, I instantly hit you up.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, boom, like that. And
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I want to get on that roster for sure.
Mm-hmm. And then one thing led to another, and you were the you were kind of the first. You were the first person to come on and really take this thing on like full time, every day routine. Like let's grow this thing, let's build this thing, let's execute, the aspects of what we're doing, which is, booking shows and building the brand from a marketing aspect. And man, the ideas and the work ethic and everything just clicked so naturally, and it was just like on from there. And I want to say January last year is when we really, really, really started popping. So my question to you is, over the past year, what's been your biggest takeaway, going from just being a musician, booking your own stuff, to kind of taking on this responsibility and then realizing once you're in there, like, that you have so many more people that are instantly relying on you, because we never promise anything, but what has that done for you, like, just with everything that you do for yourself, for these bands, and just in general scope?
Yeah. Um, I would say it is so much different booking a local gig around here with, say, a venue owner or one of their management, right? It's like it's text message. Hey, you have this date open, cool. This much, bam, locked in, done.
Yeah.
Right? That's usually how it goes.
Let's get a coffee sometime, because
Yeah.
they're right around the block,
Exactly.
not in Alaska.
You know, you show up, you do a good job, blah.
Yeah.
Rinse and repeat.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you're booking a show for another band in, say, a completely different state, right? It is all down to attention to detail.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't just go to a band and be like, all right, you're playing here this much. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like if an agent came to me
There's a cycle,
as
like a
as
legitimate.
if I was the band, right? And the agent
Mm-hmm.
came to me and said, you're playing here this much. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I would have so many questions.
Yep.
Okay. And some of these places, local venues, it's you have your one person, right? But some of these other venues that are on a bigger scale have a team of people. So you're not just communicating with the talent buyer, you're communicating with the promotion team, you're communicating with production teams. You know what I mean? So it's like having all those ducks in a row. There's so many moving parts that go into one show that you have. I realize that I have to ask the right questions and find the right answers.
Mm-hmm.
So if I go to a band, right, it's this show, this time, this is how you're gonna get there, this is where you're gonna show up, this is where load in is, sound check, show time, this is who you're gonna see after to get paid, this is when they're gonna settle up, whether it's that night or the following Monday, right? Like all those questions are so important because if you don't have that information, shit gets weird, right? Like it
Mm-hmm.
just does at the end of the night. If you're supposed to settle up and they don't know who to talk to, they
Right.
don't know how much. You know what I mean? No.
And things fall through the cracks sometimes. I mean, there's so many imperfections with, any process that involves multiple points of contact, um, especially when everyone's so busy. I mean, it's funny to me, because I always kind of try to cut that small talk out when you finally connect with somebody, of like, oh man, I've been slammed. Like, dude, I know we all are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's almost like people constantly feel like they have to apologize for not being readily available all the time, because everybody's always kind of pointing the finger, in this thing. I mean, it's just, I think that that's a little, that's everywhere, but I'm just speaking to this industry because that's what we do. But it's also, it's really interesting to think that how many scenarios you've been in the past, where now that you're on this side, you can see why things are always so discombobulated, because you have people with different skill sets and tiers of skill level that are in charge of that communication, which is exactly how you can build your value proposition of having your shit together, knowing all the boxes that you have to check, and everything that you're responsible for uncovering, and then explaining to the venue and the bands what their responsibilities are. You know, it's like, I'm going to tell you these things. You need to remember them, pay attention to them, write them down, whatever you got to do. Keep a copy of the contract and just make sure that you're prepared
Yeah.
instead of having the contract on hand, but you never saw it. And now you're coming back. You know, let's say we booked it 2 months ago, 3 months ago, and you're coming back a week before the show. What time's load in again?
Look at the contract.
You know, like, let's simplify this process. And it's all about process. That's one of my favorite words. Get the process down. Understand it. Don't be scared to come and ask questions.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, I've worked with agencies in the past before that, you know, I mean, you felt like you were about to walk on hot coals by just, you know, asking a question. Very uncomfortable. Because a lot of times it's like, well, my work is done. I made my money. You know, what the fuck do you need? You know, I already did my part. You figure it out.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, what? You know what I mean? Like, I thought that you're basically my consultant until we hit the stage, you know?
Pretty much.
I mean, you know, you booked the show, you know, you put us here. So, you know, guide me. But at the same time, I got to make sure that I'm paying attention to what I have to do as a band. And, you have to have an open phone line, open communication to be able to accomplish that. One of the red flags that just, you know, these constant scenarios that, you know, from 2020 to 2023 just started kind of getting my brain going, like, you know, maybe I should get into this. Maybe I should start a town, because Tribute Brands was already, you know, we started that for Wicked Serenity and Signs of Sacrifice.
Yeah.
And I just saw a vision for it, you know.
Did you start it as like a umbrella LLC?
It was an LLC partnership. We started it in 2021, in January 2021, and it was all of us. It was Jay. This is back when Jay was playing drums.
Love Jay.
It was Jay, myself. Shout out Jay. Happy birthday, Jay. It's
Is it
today
today?
or yesterday. It's either today or yesterday.
Oh, shit.
He's gonna kick my ass for not
Jay
knowing.
Diesel.
Jay Diesel.
Go Cowboys, Jay. Sorry. Hey, we gotta stick together, man. You know what I mean? Shit.
Anyways, me, Jay, Ben, and Sakor, we started the LLC. The way it kind of went down was we played a few shows in 2020. It was very, very slow moving. We played our first show like right in the mix of COVID. And I think that we played maybe 3 more shows that year.
Yeah.
We had to get our promo straight and all that. So our promo, I don't think we had that ready to go until September, because I remember it was a few weeks before Mae Brianna was born when we shot it. So we might not have even put it out until like October. So we played with Highway to Hell at Janus. Played another show. We did a few things. Barely made any money that year. Barely played really any shows, right? Just a few.
Yeah.
But I knew right away, I'm like, okay, my corporate mindset started to, you know, kind of go off, and I'm like, okay, if we're gonna do this, we got to start a business.
Yeah.
Like, it's not something that we thought about pretty much up until that point in time. And I kind of started that conversation with the guys, and I'm like, here's what we do, this, that, and the other thing. And I don't even remember how the name Tribute, I think, I don't remember who came up with it. I'm pretty sure I did. I don't know. I think it was kind of like a quick thing, really no thought.
Yeah.
You know, I'm pretty sure actually when I registered the LLC, it was just like Tribute Brands. You know, it just made sense.
That's cool.
Because what our goal was initially with it was, we're going to start this umbrella, and we're going to, you know, we're going to keep adding more tributes to what we do, kind of building our own roster between the 4 of us.
Okay.
And that was how that was the OG how it started right there. So Tribute Brands has actually been around since 2021. It was just for common use for us, you know?
Yeah.
So, and then once we really started branding it, I just, it looked like it was meant to be more, something that would serve more than just us. And oh man, we used to talk about so many different ideas and this and that. And I started working for this marketing company, and it was like a 1099 contractor gig.
Fun.
Yeah. Dude,
We've all been there.
that was probably the craziest couple months of my life.
Really?
Oh my God, it was insane, dude. It was so fucking discombobulated, but they did have structure to an extent. There was lack of communication though, but the
Yeah.
structure was definitely there. But when I was working for this company, I was just looking at the layouts of everything for all the different what's the word that I'm looking for? All the different all the different product departments that they offered,
Yeah.
from social media to SEO to fucking, website design to, the next thing and the other thing. And I just started kind of taking this business formula and thinking how I could put it into Tribute Brands. And that's when I really started talking to the guys like, dude, I mean, this is what we need to be doing. This is how we, accelerate and really, we felt like we had something to prove as well, because we were very rebellious to some of the other guys that are out here, some of the other companies, not just local, but even elsewhere, of just the wrongdoings that happen so constantly. And I'm like, we start our own thing, our own empire. Let's build our own hill.
Yeah.
And then we don't have to, and then we can offer this to other people and help them accelerate too. Now, in the meantime, while this is happening, we're traveling, we're getting out and about, and we're not the only ones doing it. We were just doing it with different style,
Yeah.
and we were doing it with a Godsmack tribute that was so heavily fucking doubted when we started it. No one's going to book that. People want the Journey. They want the Guns N' Roses. They want the Van Halen. They want the classic rock. They want pop. They want Michael Jackson, Prince, blah, blah, blah. I'm like,
I mean, there's some truth in that,
100%.
right?
It's never been an easy sell.
But no, I'm saying there's truth into them wanting the Journey, the Van Halen,
Yeah, for sure.
right? That shit will always sell,
Right.
even if you're not good at it.
I'm interested to see how that stuff sells in 20 years, but yes,
Same,
so
yeah.
far, it hasn't aged
No,
poorly. It's looking
no,
good.
It's looking good. It looks great.
No wrinkles.
Yeah.
Fit figure. It's still looking good.
Yeah.
Still rocking like a dime. But, it made me really hungry to prove people wrong. And I think that was the first thing that I latched onto.
Yeah.
Is I just wanted to prove the naysayers wrong. And then getting into the tribute thing, I just started to realize how many people actually hate on the tribute and cover industry for all these, like, I mean, just flat out ridiculous reasons. Why don't you write your own music? What? You don't know what I've done.
Yeah.
Who
says I haven't?
Right. This is a multi-million-dollar industry in music. This tribute world. It sells theaters out. You have bands that are going out filling 500,000, 2,000 cap rooms, selling tickets anywhere between, on average $15 to $30.
Yeah.
And you have bands packing these rooms. And even if you get half capacity in some of these venues, it's still a profit.
Yep.
For everybody, for the band, for the venue, for the, anybody else involved, whether it's the agencies, the promoters, you got some change left over to where you can build more opportunity and provide more jobs for content creators, videographers, so that you can keep all your content on point at all times. And it's just real interesting that people have such an issue with that.
Yeah.
But when you get into it, that's when you really start to see it, because they start tossing that shit at you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, we were rolling, and we were in the thick of it, and we were having fun, man, and we just like every little accomplishment was just a celebration, you
That's
know.
good.
And then, we kind of plateaued for a little bit there. I mean, at this point, we had been doing the Creating the Godsmack. Tribute Brands is established. We have, a business account. We have a credit card. We have a trailer that we bought. We had this like process in place, and that's when more people, other bands started coming to me and saying, or well, they were coming to all of us. Hey, who's doing all the stuff for you guys?
Yeah.
Who's doing your website? Who's doing your social media? Who's booking you and getting you guys to Texas and I'm like, I'm pretty much doing it. We work collectively in collaboration as far as like the logistical stuff and all that. We all pull our weight in those departments, but as far as who's sitting down at the computer and who's constantly got their phone to
Outreaching.
their
Yeah.
head, I'm just,
Which I find almost in every band, there's that one person.
yeah.
You know what I mean? There can be multiple ones, but what I find is there's one that really hits it hard. You know what
Yeah,
I
you
mean?
got to departmentalize when you have a few chiefs in the band, and that can be a really great thing if you have the right guys collectively together, because you can separate that work, but collaborate in a space where, you can get so much more done because you
Yeah.
got six hands instead of two.
Exactly.
But it can also get a little sticky if there's too much. Well, no, I want to do that. Well, no, I'm doing it. Well, did you do that yet? You said you were going to do it. No, and that's when it gets to the point where it's like, I'll do it. I got it. You know what I mean? Just let me handle this. I got it.
Yeah.
You know, and when people start asking those questions, that really kind of solidified to me. I'm like, I think that I should try to start a talent agency. Bingo, ding, ding, ding. Like the light bulb came on, um, and it took some time, but that's just kind of where the whole thing.
So that moment when people started coming to you is when you said
Yeah,
talent agency, or was there something else?
that was a big part of it,
Yeah.
because we were trying to figure out like what, aside from starting a third tribute or a fourth tribute or a fifth, and I even got to the point where I'm like, well, before we start a third tribute and put the work into that, why don't we accelerate these two that are already, products on the shelf ready for purchase.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I understand if you have a big store and you only have two products on the shelf, you want to get some more stuff to sell, because that's just going to increase your sales volume. That's going to increase your revenue. And, people aren't going to get tired of buying the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, but also if you have too many products, the quality can go down too, right? So it's
Yeah.
like I'd rather have less products,
Mm-hmm.
best
Absolutely.
quality than a lot of products in mediocre quality,
And it wasn't as easy to just like get in a room and start working on a third one either. It still
No.
hasn't been. We're just now, you know, actually kind of latched on to an idea for a third band that we're gonna do, and we still haven't really even started getting to work on it yet,
Yeah.
because we're comfortable with what we're doing right now, and life is different than it was 6 years ago too. Getting in a room now versus then, we had we had nothing. We had to make
Yeah.
something. But yeah, that when people start coming to you and saying that they want what you're having, and you're the one that's in the kitchen cooking it up, you know, why not buy some more product at the grocery
Yeah,
store so you can
100%.
feed everybody?
Yep.
And I also was just so exhausted working for other companies and being in corporate America, and constantly just dealing with like this never-ending search for satisfaction. Like, I found myself in a position where I was working for a tech company as an account executive. I was making good money. I have a family now. Like, life should be very fulfilling,
Yeah.
but it was still like so hard to get up in the morning and get dialed into, you know
Oh yeah.
really put my focus into it because, I mean, for a while there, I was working from home for a couple years thanks to COVID, which is a blessing and a curse. More of a blessing than a curse for sure. But man, you can go stir crazy just, mainly being at home 5 days in a row every week and doing something that you really don't give a shit about
Yeah.
just to make money so that you can
I could never do it.
have your possessions.
I could never. I could never. If I wasn't passionate about it, dude, it would. I would have such, like, my attention span would be fucking small, dude. I would
Well,
get no work done.
especially when you have something that you are passionate about and this is constantly pulling you away from it.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, dude, I would be on the clock getting ready to do a tech demo for a client, Fortune 500 company that I could make, 3-4 grand off if I, get them to the close
Close
one
the deal,
and,
yeah.
contract and, close the deal. And I'm over here editing our website
Yeah.
on the phone trying to book this show. And my destiny's over here and my misery is over here,
Yep. Been
and,
there. It sucks.
yeah, man, you just got to rip the Band-Aid off, but you have to take your time. I was really patient about letting scenarios play out and just getting it to a point where it was time, you know, and, of course, going through, DBPR and getting licensed and everything like that took a little bit of time too. So I honestly, I don't think that the timing could have worked out any more perfectly,
Well,
you know?
I mean, that brings up a interesting thing, the philosophy of, like, when the right time to do something is. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, I can understand someone trying to think about it from a logistical standpoint and an analytical standpoint and saying, listen, I need to make this much or whatever to be able to support myself or, you know, parts of the family or whatnot, right? Before I can actually dive into it. I understand that.
Mhm.
At the same time, it's like if you wait for that, you know, then I've seen people, they've waited their whole lives. They've always said they're going to do something and they've just never, they never did it because the timing wasn't right.
Mhm.
And I'm a firm believer that if,
I gotta wait until I get this next paycheck and then I
yeah,
can.
no,
All right. And sometimes, yeah, it's like, well, why wait? Figure out a way to make that money ASAP. Whatever it is, like figure out a way to make that happen as quickly as you
make the
can.
leap
You know what I mean?
and force yourself to do it.
Yeah. You only got 52 weeks a year. That's every week that goes by. That's how
fuck
I
that.
don't know about you. I'm counting down like that. I'm like,
You only got so many years in your
I
life.
mean, it's already
you know what I mean?
March. We're in the middle of March.
I know
already.
already.
2026.
Tomorrow's
I
St.
can't believe
Patrick's
that.
Day. Yeah.
Yeah. I measure it by gigs too. Like we were at Twisted Fork this week, and I remember when I booked that gig, and when I booked it, I'm like, oh, that's a ways away, and then bam, it's here.
It's right there.
So yeah, dude, you cannot, you can't wait forever, but you definitely want to make sure that before you jump in, you kind of dip
You
your
have to have
toe
a
in
plan.
and
You
make
have to have
sure
a
that
plan. You know, you have to see some light at the end of the tunnel. I get it. You can't go completely blind. Although I
No.
will say I went completely blind, and it was a hard road. I had to do the music thing and get a job and do both at the same time.
makes you
until-
stronger though, dude.
Until there was that one
Yeah.
point in time where I was like,
Yeah.
fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going all in.
Yeah.
I'm not looking back.
I think you finally hit that threshold,
Oh, 100%.
and you're like, I can't keep doing things this way. I need to pull the plug.
Yeah.
It's funny. I always, kind of reference back to when I worked for a logistics company. The ramp up period and then sitting in your own seat and coming off of helping somebody else with all of their bookings and finding trucks and doing all that kind of stuff. Like being a talent agent is very similar to that
Yeah.
kind of hustle. It's actually the logistics. It's very, very similar just as far as the workload and the process of everything. And that was the first time I ever had to like go full commission because you're on it. It's a draw too.
Yeah.
So it's like you're making 40 grand a year and you're working on somebody else's account. And then, you start to prove that you're worthy of creating your own account. So you get your own desk and some chairs around you where you can fill in and start getting some anchors that handle your books once you start building a client base, you know. And while you're on that salary, that's all you're making. So you could get a few clients and have a killer week, but you're making no extra money.
No.
And then you start getting to a point where you're like, well, damn, I could have made $5,000 this week.
Yeah.
But I'm scared because not every week's going to be like that.
Yep.
And these clients can fire me. If one truck shows up late, I could lose Publix or whoever is making that big change in your book of business to where you want to go full commission or actually, take home your earnings that you're producing instead of just taking that $40,000 salary. But you only have a year until they pull the plug for you.
Yep.
So if you get in and you're 5 months in, so it's kind of the same thing, right? Like I was still working for the company I was working for in 2024 when I started Tribute Brands. And my last day with that company was January 13th of last year.
Oh, no
And
shit.
I'll be honest with you, I wasn't 100% as ready as I thought I was, but I still made it work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I had no choice at that point. I actually tried to find something for the time being,
I remember.
and 2 interviews in,
You're like, fuck this.
I'm like, dude, I cannot go back to this shit. I'm dying. I might as well close my LinkedIn down,
Yeah.
scratch my resume that I've built up since I was 18. I'm going rogue, man. This is it, And I left that behind. Even a 1-year gap, I might as well go start over in that world
Yeah.
if I ever had to. So
Well,
it's all in, man.
I don't know. I think there's something to be said. Like, what helped me was, hey, I'm gonna do music full time. I'm gonna do this shit full time. What if it doesn't work out? It's like, it's not like I can't get a job or another job. You know what I mean? Like it's like if
Could you imagine though?
no, I can't. But if I had to, I could.
Yeah.
Like if
Mm.
the worst came to
course.
worst, and I
You're
needed,
you.
I needed to get a job, I'm gonna get a fucking job.
100%. Whatever
Hey,
you get. Well, that
whatever I
comes
have
back
to
to that
do.
mentality. Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. We're gonna do it. It might not be glorious for a little bit, but we'll get to where we need
Yeah,
to get
dude.
to. I think that we're at a point though where as long as we keep doing what we're doing, and building this brand with the reputation that it's growing, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, I think it'll be all right.
I think we're gonna be in good shape. And with that being said, you know, it's funny because we've kind of put like we're at a standstill with like bringing new bands on right now.
We had to shut down the submission thing because we're backlogged.
Yeah.
We're backlogged as far as how many bands that have submitted, how many we still need to add to the roster. And there's only so many hours in the day, and not a lot of people know what it takes. Granted, we have like a template and a way that we do things, but there's a lot of moving parts in there. Not only from from our end, but also from the band's end too. Like if a band wants to submit and they get vetted and they're accepted on the roster, then they have some action items, right?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we have to wait on those action items to be completed.
It blows
Once
my
they're
mind how
completed,
long
though-
it takes to get those action items completed sometimes.
100%.
Like we'll have bands that'll be like, that we've brought on that were just chomping at the bit to get on this roster. We're like, cool. Here's the Google Drive folder. Drop all your assets in here. We need this, 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 and this. Crickets.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are we doing? Let's get you up.
Yeah. But then once they do add it, right? And then it's, obviously it's up to us, but we wake up, we're answering emails, trying to book gigs, working deals,
Yeah.
making assets,
Priorities.
making assets
first,
for, you know what I mean? Like
frontline priorities.
yeah.
And
So if you're a band that has not been added to the roster yet, know that we trust me. You are on the list, and we are trying our fucking best to get your asses
What I
there.
love though is that when I do, because I try to touch base, like I'll just be driving and be like, I need to call Joey Torres real quick because I haven't talked to him in a couple weeks, and
Yeah.
I know that we're gonna get that band up, but
Yeah.
we haven't been able to yet, and I'm constantly trying to, because I want to, I understand, man. I understand that passion for, wanting good relationships and representation and wanting to be affiliated with something that you feel is going to help you get to the next level and accomplish your goals, but it's a big part of the reason why we never promise anything.
Yeah.
I haven't made one promise to anybody since I started this business as far as 100% for sure we're going to get you X amount of gigs
No.
in the next couple of months, or I'm definitely going to get you booked here. I'll speak very confidently of like, yeah, I think that we should be able to make that happen. Oh, you guys want to play? You haven't played there yet? You don't have a contact there? Okay, let me see what I can do about
Yeah.
getting you in there. You submit a request, and it's our job to try and execute that.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of what we're doing. But I always lead with, if you don't hear back from me, bother me if you want to. Call me, text me, email me. Just don't ever make an assumption that I'm ignoring you or that it's not important to me,
Yeah.
because it is. But here's a reminder, we're only like, this amount of time in, whether it was when we were 4 months in or 8 months in or a year
Yeah.
or a year and 3 months. It's like, remember, we're still kind of, you know, putting the puzzle
Oh,
together in a lot of
100%.
ways,
There,
so
there are so many. There's a lot of agents around here that I don't want to say we're in direct competition with, because it's not about a competition. Because you said this, and I believe it. There's enough to go around for everybody, right? But you're dealing with some agents that have been in the business for over 2 decades. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Which goes back to only being an agency for not even 2 years, right? Barely, coming up over a year. It's pretty insane with what we've been able to accomplish. 20 years down the line, just imagine what that might look like,
hmm
you know?
I think about it every day,
Yeah.
year over year. Um, we're making really really great pace, and under promise over deliver is the name of the game. A lot of bands get upset with agencies and promoters because, and this was something that I noticed very early on in doing this was, and I noticed, well, I I experienced it firsthand. I can speak to this in testimonial format as a musician and as a band that constantly, got told that something was absolutely gonna happen.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Or, you know, um, I want you to be exclusive with me, and only, and if anyone reaches out to you to book, send them to me and let me handle everything, and you just wait. And that's really tough for a guy like me or a guy
Oh,
like you
hell yeah, it
to
is.
be told, you know, put all this to the side. I got it. And then you're getting like maybe one or two calls a month, and most of them don't even end up working out because it's more so like, hey, I have a venue looking for a band, and I'm reaching out to 10 bands and trying to fill it. And are you available? And what's your rate? The chances of you being the one to get it are, whatever, a tenth, a 20th, depending on how many bands
Yeah.
they're reaching out to. So, you know, um, next thing you know, these bands are going around town and saying, well, this agency or this person sucks because they promised me that this was going to happen. And I took that common denominator out, and I'm like, well, what happens if you just don't promise
Yeah.
anybody anything? Because I don't want that. I don't want that responsibility of saying that your band's future and the number of gigs that you play depend on me.
Yeah.
I just want to add to it, and I want to get to a point where we can say that we're essentially, keeping bands as busy as they are.
Yep.
Like right now, we're filling in. We're getting. Hey, we need a route. That's the hardest part about this is finding a band a route. Stopping your general booking and your consistent, relationships with venues, um, inbound leads that are coming in, all the low hanging fruit as well as the consistent workflow,
Yeah.
and stopping all that to find one band, one
Right.
route in one place
That you don't have a relationship with.
that you might not have a room lined up,
Yeah.
you know, and that's again, no promises.
No problem.
Hey, if you're looking for a route, let us know, and we'll see if we can, we'll see if we can accommodate. We'll see if we can line something up. But don't stop looking yourself.
Of course not.
Don't stop searching and trying to build your own relationships too.
We're relying on an either one agent or just agents in general, just to, you know, here, this is what I need. Go find it for me. And I'm not like that's lazy, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. No, it is.
It's worked out in a few scenarios I can think of where someone asked me for a route and the next day I had a route for them.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean? And same with you.
yeah. Oh yeah.
But those are few and far between, man. That's right place, right time, you know? And that doesn't always happen.
Mm-hmm.
And so if we can't find a route, sorry, we can't find a route, but you should also still be looking.
Yeah, one band success story on the roster that we had a great experience with, hey, I need a route. And I mean, I literally got a call from a guy one day, from one of the more like touring based tribute bands on the roster. One of the, I dare I say, one of the bigger bands, but definitely one of the most conditioned bands for playing globally, not even just nationally. These guys have toured the world. And he called me one day and he's like, "Hey man, can you get me a show at that one place that you just booked so and so at on this day? I need a route. I'm going here. I'm desperate, dude. I'm tripping about this. I need something. It's in a couple of months. Help me out." He actually texted me that, and I called the venue right then and there. Said, "Hey man, you got this date open?" Boom, 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 boom. Same deal. All right, cool. Called him up. "Hey man, got you that route." He's like, "What? Wait, 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 wait.
What?
The one that I just asked you about?"
Yep.
I'm like, "Yeah, you're locked in. Here's the guarantee. Here's the deal. Blah blah blah. I'll get a contract together. I'll get it over to you soon." He told me, he's like, "You just broke the record, dude. Like no one has ever done anything like that fast ever in my 10, 15 years of doing this."
That's crazy.
That was a great fucking feeling.
Hell yeah. It
To
was.
hear that, I was like, and maybe I had a head start, but it doesn't matter, you know. I mean, if I didn't have an initial contact with the venue already, I wouldn't have been able to do anything that fast. But considering how it all lined up, I didn't have that venue 6 months ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We found that venue, we locked in the relationship, we did something, and then it stemmed over into a route request. And then next thing you know, the venue sees that we're reliable for the bands in that way too.
Yeah.
And it starts to just organically grow that room with our roster. And then the venue is going to be in a position where they say, "Well, I'm going to be loyal to these guys
Oh,
because they're an
100%.
asset. They're not just coming to me begging for shit, trying to fulfill and satisfy their own needs. They're working for everybody, including me. You know, and that's a formula that a lot of people just, I don't think that they're really following it. Step by step. And like I said, it's more so about like, what can I do for me today, and how can I get a contract for me to make my money that makes sense for me. And that's how you end up getting these one-off venues. Like, what's the point of booking a room for one show if you don't plan on going back.
Yeah. That's true.
That's the mentality.
Yeah, well, I mean, cool. Yeah, you get the one show, right? Your weekend's filled or whatever. Your routes, you know, is filled. Cool, but that's that's one thing I like about some of the routing requests is that it does open that door, right? Like,
Yeah.
we had a band going to Georgia and they needed a route through Jacksonville or Tallahassee or something, and then we didn't have that account at all. And then we just hit them up. They replied back.
Yeah,
And
what
then
was
now,
that? Which one was
that
that?
was Deck Alive.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
With the Chili Poppers.
Yeah.
And we've done some other shows there too now. And yeah, it can definitely open that door, right?
Going back to the trucking business that I was mentioning, that's how I would get clients in that game. It's all the same. It's all the same strategy.
Yeah.
You have to have an angle. If you have no angle, you're going in blind. You might as well just walk in the room and wave. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having to go in cold. I mean, that's the most like cutthroat way to prospect and
That's
find.
the-
But I'll tell you what, a lot of agencies are like, I don't have time to work on routes. And I'm like, why? You can go to these venues and say, hey, I have a band that's going to be here and they need, and now you have an angle and you're showing that you're actually
you have
doing
an
shit.
instant why.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Instead of
That's
like,
right.
hi, book this band.
Right.
No,
Just
it's
because,
instant why.
right.
Yeah.
Like they're coming out there, this other venue booked them and, there's no reason why you shouldn't.
Exactly.
Because they're doing it. They're out there. They have it. There's a demand. This is a good buy. Other venues see it. You should too. Instead of, like you said, just saying, hey, look we have this band, this band, this band, this band, this band. They're good. You should
Book them.
give me some money. And,
Which, I mean,
you
that's the way you can do it. And if, in the beginning, right, and even as you go on, you should still do that. You should still
always
Hunt.
never stop doing that.
hunt and prospect,
Yeah.
right? I mean, that just goes, it's,
I mean, you get so busy after a while once your prospecting has paid off.
yes.
And you actually have a solid book of business. And it's funny because if you have a true like sales cycle mentality, even when you're doing well and you're busy and you're writing business constantly, if you're not prospecting often, you start to feel like you're kind of losing sight of yourself in a way.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that?
do.
And then you have
I've
to-
honestly felt like that pretty recently in the past
Yeah.
month. Big
100,
time.
yeah, absolutely. But that's a good thing. That
Yeah.
means that means you're not losing sight of where you come from or what it took to get you here. But you have to remind yourself, like, well, I'm not just not doing anything.
Yeah.
Like I have all this stuff on my plate now. I always do like a year over year. Like I'm looking back at last March. Do you remember how many shows were you booking last March? One?
Yeah. Maybe.
Maybe every 2 weeks,
Maybe.
building spreadsheets, figuring out how we're
How to
going to
use
keep track of this.
Google Maps, and
Yeah.
and pinning all the venues that
Yeah.
we've had contact with and all. Yeah. I remember.
Sitting on the phone until 1 a.m., just staring at the same spreadsheet, waiting for the next idea to spark for us to implement into how we're gonna run this thing in a capacity format that we're going to be able to keep up with this growth that we know is coming, that we're working towards, and putting all those pieces in place, man, as time consuming as that is, you still have more time to prospect than when you start really obtaining a big book of business, and being able to find the time still to prospect.
Yeah.
I mean, I literally have days where I'm like, okay, I have to go put my phone in my room, or just like shut everything out, put headphones on, and just say, don't do anything else.
Yeah.
Ding, ignore it. You have to do this right now,
Yeah.
but it's it's hard when you can't ignore that phone call, and you can't ignore that email because this is live.
Yep.
This show is booked. It is in play. You're getting riders out. You're talking to bands about getting their flights booked. You're because we're very hands on, you know. And I feel that any of the bands that we've done some work with so far, will definitely say like, yes, tribute. These guys definitely accommodate. If I have a question, if I need help with something, even if it's outside of what their responsibility is, like these guys are taking their experience and they're helping us grow. And I love that too. I love helping bands get to the next level. We have a lot of bands on the roster that haven't done as much traveling. Some bands that haven't even, done a fly gig yet.
Yeah.
You know, and we can help coach them through that stuff, and I love that, man. And
Well,
I've seen a lot of bands evolve over the past year that we've been working with that are just on a completely different level now, not taking all the credit for it at all because they're the ones that are putting the work in, but
100%.
knowing that we can go to each other and kind of hit a high five and go,
Yeah.
we teamed up and we helped elevate that other band too. And 3-4 years ago, that was the vision that really turned me on to being here today and doing this, man. And knowing that we're making that impact. It's rewarding, man. It's awesome.
Well, I think the biggest, the coolest thing about this is yeah, like we're musicians too. So I mean that's our priority. If we're gonna help a band, we're gonna think of it as if we're that band.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? If this was my show, what do I need to know?
Mm-hmm.
What do I want to know?
Mm-hmm.
So when I go to that band, I have all the answers, and they're like, oh okay, oh shit, all right, yeah, cool.
Yep.
I think that's why so many bands will either want to work with us, um, or just like working with us. You know what I mean? Because it's not just transactional. It's not just hey, you do this, you do this. You know what I mean? It's oh, let's fucking work. Let's work this shit
Well,
out.
yeah, and a lot of these, there's a good number that we've known a lot, some of these guys for years, and we were doing it before. We had some kind of coexisting realm
Of course.
where it's just like now we're just doing on this level.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, we tribute brands. That's our boys, dude. It's not
Yeah.
just some guy
Yeah.
that wanted to fit in with the music scene because he never picked up an instrument and learned how to become a musician himself. But he wants to be backstage, he or she, whoever it is, and they really, there's no dialogue or resume from their past. It's like, well, what led you here? Just seemed like it'd be fun, and
Yeah.
I love music, and I go to shows a lot, so I wanted to become a talent agency. It's like
Yeah.
that's crazy,
Yeah.
like what I mean.
I like to drink. I want
Right.
to own a bar.
It's like, so have you
fuck?
ever
You know
played
what I
a
mean?
show on your own? Have you ever, you know what I mean? Like, think about when like Tom Brady retired. What did he start doing?
What did he? He started commentating. Yeah.
Who else for the job?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Hearing that somebody is responsible for producing shows for a band that's never been in a band
Yeah.
can be kind of crazy to me.
That is.
But there's some that are really good at it. They were involved in whether it was a different industry, like they're hardwired to be that person.
Yeah.
And
They're
I
good-
respect that.
They're good project managers.
But the thing in the music industry is the music industry is fun. So a lot of people are like, well, I hate working boring jobs and doing things that I'm not genuinely interested in. So I love music. What can I do? Google, how can I get into the music industry?
Yeah.
And it's
And they don't want to do the work to be a roadie.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I think that having a musician ran talent agency just automatically elevates us, and we just have these credentials that are earned and not given. Automatically have these credentials that, what was I saying? Oh, that basically puts us in a position to be like actual. That's when we were talking. Yeah, we were talking about like other people that just get into it that aren't
Yeah.
musicians, right? Isn't that what
Yeah.
we're talking about?
Yeah, what makes us different is that um, we actually experience it,
Yeah.
right? Like we know what the fuck we need. We know what
It
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 takes. We
allows
know.
us to be product experts, you know, on stage and off stage. Because when you're booking a band, you have to know, you know, I mean, I know that if somebody was booking my band and it was somebody that actually understands both sides of the job, I would favor that. I would rather that be the case
Yeah.
every time, you know.
You can stick your head in a butcher's ass.
Tommy boy.
Tommy boy, man.
How did it go? You could stick
How
your
you
head
go?
up a bull's ass, but or if I wanted a better look at a T-bone, I'd stick my head up a bull's ass, but I'd rather take the butcher's word for it. Remember when he gets it and he looks at Richard and he's like, "I got
I
it."
got it.
So funny.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious, man.
Um, you want to do just like a cutoff right here, or do you want to keep going for a little bit? Oh, everything that we talked about, social media related, gone.
I know, gone, dude.
Gone.
Fucking gone.
I don't know, man. I think why don't you just see if you can naturally find like a cut spot, or is it weird to just cut the end of a podcast without saying bye?
Yeah,
It is, right?
100%. This is our first one, guys. So like,
So we need to figure out how to cut it.
we're still trying to figure out what the fuck we're doing.
No, we're gonna cut all this out. Just trying to figure out how to segue from that. Here's why we have this sheet. Let's see here. I think we need to just like not try to pick up that conversation.
What, the social media one?
No, not try and pick up the conversation that ended on.
Oh yeah,
You know.
yeah.
Just
But
move
we can cut it. Yeah,
move
we can cut to a certain and then go to something else.
Right.
That's fine.
Yeah. And then we can use that as a transition where we have a band kick in, like where we run an ad for one of like you can even make like a tribute brands commercial.
I can. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Fuck
Just
yeah.
like of different band footage, you know. Tribute Brands LLC.
That'd be cool.
Do a voiceover on it.
We could do a voiceover right now.
Just do it in the middle.
Why not?
And then you can cut. That'll allow you to really, you know, pick up and drop off at different areas that just,
Yeah.
Because once you watch it back, you're gonna be like, okay, well, you know, but we don't want it to be too edited to a point where it's not podcasty.
Yeah.
It's got to have that vibe, you know.
Well, I mean, I've listened to other podcasts and they do the, you know, there'll be segues as far as advertisement from sponsors and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, we can pick it up. We can pick it up right here and just go into. Let's talk about the room, man.
The room, man.
Let's talk about this room, dude.
You know, initially the room started. I just wanted to. I was gonna make it a second bedroom, but I was like, well, I kind of want an office.
It looks great.
So I just had, you know, the desk and the fucking monitors and then I was like, I had the idea. I was like, let's get a fucking casting couch in here and start fucking filming some pornos. That was a joke.
You never called me with that idea.
Yeah.
I got no input on that.
No, I legitimately wanted to make it my own little music creative space, which I definitely started to do, putting the shit on the walls. You know, and then we had talked about doing this podcast for a while,
For quite a while.
for a hot minute.
Mm-hmm. We were talking one day and we're just like, you know, this is a lot of good stuff. That wouldn't it be great to just actually be able to put this out there? Podcast.
Yeah. Well, you know, in that aspect, you know, we also didn't have we were gonna have a space and we didn't have a space to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, just like a lot of things in life, I think that I've experienced and you've experienced is every time we've tried to rely on somebody else, shit just never works out, right? So
Quite often.
what do? You do it your fucking self,
Take matters into your own
right?
hands.
And
And you
that's
just so happen to have the room to do it.
exactly. So I was
Now here we are filming a podcast.
yeah. And I think I was trying to come up for names,
Mm-hmm.
and I had that idea, blank slate, for like asset designs that I made that, and I was like, fuck it, Blank Slate Studios.
Oh, is
So
that where we're at?
That's where we're at, dude.
Blank Slate Studios, baby.
Because honestly, this room, one, starting over, just in life, and having to start from scratch. But that's how I kind of like to do things, man. Is like when it comes to asset creation, when it comes to creating music in general, dude, it's you have nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a blank slate. And let's make something out of it. So I thought that name was kind of fitting.
Nice, man. Well, it's definitely it's gonna be exciting too to start getting people in here, chopping it up, maybe extending it a little bit to where we can fit like 3-4 people in the frame.
That'd be cool.
How would we do that?
It would have to be. I would honestly. Well, I can move these chairs out in the living room, but
A casting couch. We're that 4 people.
we'd have to get a couch in here, dude.
Yeah.
That'd be the only way to do it. A couch and a chair.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Almost like
you can get a table and put it right here, and then have 3 chairs on each side.
Good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Yeah. This is how we brainstorm.
We got options, dude.
Yeah. Hell yeah. We're just barely getting into a lot of the things that we've been really excited to get on here and start talking about, the conversations that it's going to open up. I think the camaraderie that it's going to build. I think that it's going to do some really great things for our tribute circle and network and beyond, man. I think that it could pick up and turn into something a little bit more. Might even bring people in here that aren't necessarily just in the music industry.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that'd be cool.
We'll see where it goes.
You know what I like I like artists, right? So but anything that has to do in that whole realm, whether
artistic
you're
realm.
whether you're a photographer, a videographer, or even if you're a live music venue owner, right? Anything that has to do with the arts, I think is cool.
Yeah.
So you get all the aspects.
When discussing industry versus industry,
Yeah.
talking about all the similarities, a lot of the textbook stuff, the things that just aren't really interchangeable in the processes and the standards that are in place.
Well, it's a good way to bridge gaps too, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's yeah. And hey, like on this podcast, right? Like, share it, comment, don't be a dick.
Don't forget about those things.
Yeah.
It's very important.
Right? If you haven't, like us on Facebook and Instagram, Tribute Brands.
We don't have a TikTok.
We don't have a TikTok.
Should we make a TikTok?
You know what? I've honestly been. I started TikTok for the band, and so I've been trying to.
I have one for Wicked Serenity. I have one too. That's just a lot of social media.
There's a lot of social media.
A lot of social media. Facebook and Instagram.
Cool.
That's
But TikTok is
where I'm
cool
doubting.
too, man. You know what I mean?
I know it is.
TikTok, I wouldn't say it's cool, but it's just it's another player.
Sometimes
It's a player in the game, and it's a big player in the game.
Yeah. Oh no, it totally is. Man.
So like not utilizing it, it's like what would you be missing out on?
The first person that was like really starting to say out loud that TikTok was just gonna blow up the way it did was Gary Vaynerchuk.
Yeah.
I remember seeing a video of him well before TikTok really started to become a thing, and he was just like, "This is going to explode."
He was right.
And then I started paying attention to it, and then it took no time, and it was, next level. Matter of fact, a lot of the younger generation is just doing that. Like, a lot of people don't even have Instagram and Facebook because that's all they need is their TikTok.
I mean, let's
because
not even
the reach, man.
Let's not even get on Snapchat.
Oh,
Yeah, no, dude. Bands have Snapchats too, man, and like,
yeah?
yeah, dude. It's a fucking thing, dude. It's a thing.
Huh.
I don't know. I had Snapchat
It's
once,
a lot to keep up with,
and
man.
I haven't had it in so long, but all the kids
Yeah.
are on. They're on TikTok and Snapchat mainly.
Yeah.
It's like the Facebook is for the boomers, which I get it. Instagram is for like the Gen Zers, right? And then like these like new kids, dude, they're all about TikTok and fucking
I mean,
Snap.
technically, if you have a brand, you know, you should have, bare minimum, you should have TikTok too. And I'm kind of taking a nudge at myself right now. But it's a lot to, like, sometimes I'll go through a posting, whether it's pictures or video or whatever in the editing, and just writing the post out. And then I'm like, I could imagine if I had to go and do this now on another,
Yeah.
that's just so much time, dude.
Yeah, posting across all social platforms is it's a full-time job in itself, dude.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I like about Facebook and Instagram is because they'll cross post.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one click, but all the other ones, it's a motherfucker.
People think, oh, you must have so much extra time, with not having to drive somewhere to go to work every day, or having to, whatever, being on this schedule or that schedule. And it's like, throw social media in the mix, and no,
Yeah.
like, it's that much time consumption, but things could be worse. It's a great tool. I wish that it wasn't so damn controversial.
Yeah.
It's depressing to go on there and see people fighting and arguing and disagreeing all the time. It's turned into just a wasteland when it comes to all that stuff. I don't even know if I would have social media if I didn't do the music thing.
If it weren't for music, I would. I mean, dude, some people tell me I don't have social media, and I'm like, you're fucking not missing anything. I said, unfortunately, it's a necessary evil for what I do,
Mhm.
and it sucks because like this month I've been so busy. So usually I'll create all my events, put out a whole month schedule. I haven't had the time to do that, right? And I don't even think it does anything when I do put it out there
Yeah.
until I don't put it out there. And I
Right.
get messages.
Oh yeah.
Where are you playing? Where are you
Right.
playing? Where are
Yep.
you playing? You haven't put yours in. I'm just like, I understand. I get it. And so that one, yes, it does work. Two, fuck, you know what I mean? Like I have to, that's usually my end of month, beginning of the month routine. Make all the events, make flyers, make posters of where I'm going to be at that month.
Yep.
And I do it month by month because everything is subject to change, right? We're getting into Florida in the summertime, right? I'm going to have, at least 3 or 4 gigs fucking fall off because of rain.
Yep.
This is the way it goes. It's the
Mhm.
war of attrition, man. That's the nature of the beast. But
It is funny you say that about when you slow down or you stop for a little bit or whatever, and you notice the impact, the reverse impact that it has
yeah,
on that. And it's like, oh shit, like you said, people will start, asking where you're at, or
dude.
if you're not informing of something that you should be, people will start asking you about it, one way or another. And then it turns into more time consumption.
Yeah.
Because now you're
Yeah, reply
responding to
back,
individual people instead of just putting it out there. So I don't know. I think we should shut social media down for 1 week out of the year, and everybody go back to
Can you imagine what would happen?
old school communication, writing letters.
Right, like carrier pigeon shit.
Could you imagine if every time you wanted to make a post, that's how you had to do it? You had to write a letter and then submit it,
That'd be fucked
and
up.
it shows up on a bulletin board. That's how it used to be.
I wonder what would happen
Going back to old school flyers, man.
if we like a street team.
Yeah, dude. It was so much more fun that way.
That way,
I
yeah, it was
I
cool. You remember
barely
going
got
to
to
the mall?
experience
You
it.
go to the mall with fucking show flyers, hand them out to people or put them on people's cars.
Yeah, for a very short period of time. Because, ironically, in 2009, that's when I really started to start playing shows, like, in a band. Like, that was the thing. I did little one-off stuff with, like, friends and shit.
Same.
But 2009 is when I actually really, and that was the year that, I'm pretty sure that's the year Facebook came out.
Dude, I actually not. This is a
MySpace was still popping.
This is a legit story, right? I was in an original band with Greg Zen, right?
Yeah.
Back we used to live in Port St. Lucie, and we would make our flyers by hand. We would go get those like fucking tabloid magazines with like the alien fucking whatever, right?
Hmm.
And we'd cut a picture of that and we'd go through, we'd buy some other magazines and we'd cut out the letters like it was like some fucking serial killer letter. You know what I mean? And we would lay it out
Like a ransom letter
like
kind
a
of deal.
ransom letter with
Yeah.
a fucking cool picture,
Yeah.
right? And we'd lay it out and then we'd go photocopy that shit. And we'd make fucking hundreds of copies and we'd cut them ourselves and then fucking hand them out.
I would
dude.
go back to that
That was-
tomorrow.
I
dude.
would, dude, that I would love.
It would be so
I
interesting.
would love to do it that way.
It would be so interesting to see what would happen. Just like a while back when TikTok was down for a day, but there was so much controversy around that. Just imagine if they came out and did like a social media purge, not for one night though, but for 1 week out of the year, no social media. But also in return of that is, it's like a full on cleanse. Like, you can't stop the world, so you can't like give everybody like the day off of work, but just make it, I don't know, make it enjoyable.
Yeah,
You know what I
maybe like a
mean?
weekend,
Yeah, maybe a weekend.
maybe a weekend,
Something.
something where
Just
you
to
don't
see,
have.
just to see what would happen.
I
I
thought
would love to know what would happen, and I would love to see what people do with their time for that week. Because I know a lot of people that don't have social media, and I got to tell you,
they seem happy.
a lot of the people that I know that do not have any social media are having a good time.
Yeah, and they're usually chill as fuck.
Yes.
Yeah, they're chill.
Yeah, dude.
I noticed that too.
And there are so many things that you can bring up that people without social media wouldn't know about. And they don't, and they're okay with that.
Yeah,
Like, they're out of the loop on so much just because they don't have social media. That's insane. And
what do you think would happen if?
I noticed their attention spans are also a lot better.
True.
You can still have like, I don't know, man. Like I just, it's something that I pick up on, because anytime I know that somebody, like if somebody says they don't have social, I start to pay attention to them.
Yeah.
Because they're the odd man out these days. But I like to see like,
How they operate
yeah,
in a
yeah,
normal social setting.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you think what it would be like a planned one or like what? I wonder.
I mean,
I wonder what would happen if they didn't say anything and they just shut it off for a week.
well, that wouldn't be a good idea. That's how you piss everybody off. Yeah, we don't like. I'd be heated about that.
Right.
I'm talking about like a like a holiday, man. Like they make it a ritual thing.
I get down for a holiday for sure.
You got time to plan it.
Have
Like
parades.
ease everybody into it, man. Like make it a thing. Like, hey, this is the world we live in, and sometimes we need to shut this thing off.
Yeah.
And just have a whole. Yeah, I think it would be cool. I'd be all about that.
I'd be all about it.
I would love that. I would do a week.
I honestly
Just
think,
make sure I promote all my shows ahead
you
of
know
time.
what?
and-
I would venture to say that it would be good to do that shit like once a quarter, like a weekend, like 4 times a year.
Dude, and then you start a competition that all the social media platforms fund, where it would take so long to go through the submissions, but like you do a thing where whoever submits the most badass recap of that time wins like $1 million, like a lottery kind of deal. Like,
That'd be cool.
give people a reason to strive to go out and make the most of it.
Yeah. Like what did you do for your weekend of no
You know what I mean?
no social media?
Or just or turn
And
turn it into a fucking show, dude.
Yeah, it's like a delayed gratification because like okay, you're there, you're in the moment, you snap a picture, you post it to social media, to your story, your reels, whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? And it's like people get that instant little dopamine fucking hit with every like, right? Like
Mhm.
it looks scientifically proven that each like little like or comment or whatever is almost, it releases some dopamine in your brain. That's why people get addicted to social media so much.
Mm-hmm.
But I wonder if people
That's
actually
interesting. I didn't know that.
spent some time.
That's a scientific thing.
Yeah,
No shit.
look it up.
Get a little buzz on social media.
Do we have that dude from Joe Rogan? Was Jamie?
Jamie.
Do we have Jamie.
Jamie, pull up the
Jamie,
dopamine social media.
Pull it
video.
up, bro. Yeah.
We're gonna get hit with the cease and desist.
Yeah. Sorry, Joe. We're still Jamie.
We trademarked the name Jamie on a podcast show. You cannot.
Wouldn't that be some shit?
Yeah, I just think that people need to be reminded that things can be taken away at any given time. I think that it would be good for common resiliency and humanity because, you know, the whole world lives on these platforms these days. And man, I just, dude, I miss the times before it very often. I wonder who would be striving in when it getting back to music, you know, and even just like in tribute bands, like who would really be crushing it still if it was, you know, if they didn't have that, you know, who would actually be putting in that street team work,
Right.
you know? And if we were forced to go back to that tomorrow, who would stick around?
Who would?
Who would stick around, man? How many people would drop off and give up without social media? I bet that the numbers would shock you.
I bet the numbers would shock you, and I also bet the numbers of people going out to see live music would increase tenfold.
100%, dude.
Right? Like
When I went to see Ghost, what was that, like that was last year sometime, and they did the thing where they had you put your phone in the little pouch deal. That was one of the best concerts I've been to, and I don't even know how long. It actually reminded me of when I was younger, when I was a teenager going to concerts before we had fancy cell phones, you know.
Well, I think it does two things, right? It protects the integrity of the show because you're not in the crowd videotaping, you know,
Oh,
all
I
this
think more
awesome,
bands should. I think more bands should do
awesome
it.
music through a little fucking tiny ass microphone and try to reproduce that sound through some tiny ass fucking speakers on your cell phone. But
Well,
on the cool, whatever.
we've all done it.
Yeah, we've all done it. Yeah, I did it this past weekend, right? Like, been there, done that.
We're all guilty of that.
But
You want to savor the memory.
on the same, at the same, on the other hand, it forces your attention,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like you don't have something that can easily take your attention away, so you are locked in. You're in the present
Yeah,
moment,
that's what was so cool about
which
it.
is fucking.
Because I'm
awesome.
guilty of it too. You know,
Yeah,
and just looking at your phone during a show, and it's crazy. Like I'll be at a show sometimes. I'll like look at my phone. I'm like, what are you doing, dude?
yeah.
You know.
Lock in, as the kids say.
But that's all. That's all there was to do.
Yeah,
Was just enjoy the moment. And it was even cooler to look out. I was in a loft suite, so I had a view of the entire arena. And it was just so cool to look out and not see any phones in the air.
yeah.
That was my favorite part of it. And the crowd was just so locked into the show, man. Everybody was paying attention to the same thing.
Yeah.
And you don't have that feeling in any room that you walk in nowadays.
No.
That everybody's just paying attention on the same page. It just, I mean, these things are, you know, they're a little bit of a problem. They're resourceful, but they're a little bit of a problem sometimes.
Man, tell me about it. It's what a genius idea, man. Like I think live music, that should be live music. That's a show. You know what I mean? It's a production. It's a show. That's the fucking way it should be.
Yeah. I think that more artists will pick up on and start doing that. Because I mean, Disturbed, Lamb of God. I've seen so many bands stop their shows and tell people, "Hey, get off your phone." Remember,
Really?
David Draymond did it from Disturbed one time, and Randy from Lamb of God. I'm pretty sure that he was like, "I'm just gonna sit here until everybody puts their phones away," or something like that.
No shit.
Yeah, yeah, man. And I get it, you know. it never bothers me. You know,
Yeah.
I never have an issue when I look out. I mean, we're Twisted Fork on Saturday, and there was one point where there were, like, I looked out and so many people were just with their phones, and I'm like, okay, I get how on a national level when you got 10,000 people in front of you and you're putting on a big theatric show
Yeah.
and like you're at that level that you want to command the crowd, but also I don't know if I would ever like stop. I don't know if I would ever be that guy to stop a show and be like, hey, you
Yeah.
know?
I guess it all depends on the forum, right? So are you an original are you an original band that has dedicated your life, you're pouring your soul and everything out into your own music. You want everyone to be there, right? In a sense, if you're a tribute band or even say a cover band, in a way it's flattering. You know what
Hmm.
I mean? Like you're doing something at a certain level that people want to remember it.
Hmm.
So they're taking out their phone and they're videoing it,
Yeah.
right? Because they like it so much. To me, that's flattering. Maybe to Lamb of God or to Ghost, it's like, no, this is like my life's work. Like
Hmm.
this is meant for you
You have to pay
and
attention at all times to really
and
get it.
nobody else
Right.
be in this moment with
Yep.
me. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like
Yeah.
I get it. I get both. That's the Libra in me, but I get both ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
I would never do that either. I would never like, hey, put
No.
your fucking phones away.
Right.
You know,
If anything, I
unless they
mean,
were all staring at their phone.
if
It's
any,
like it's like
well, yeah, yeah,
maybe
yeah, yeah, yeah,
maybe
yeah. I mean, if
that's a
anything, you
different
paid to get
story.
in here, so what you do, as long as you're not disrupting the peace,
Yeah,
whatever you're doing. If you're looking at your phone, looking at me, filming me, or in the pit, and whatever you want to do,
yeah.
just, be here.
Are you having fun?
Just glad you're here. Yeah.
Do
Are you having
it.
right?
Do it.
Exactly.
You having
Are
fun?
you on your phone because you're bored? If you are, well, thanks for being here.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah,
So, but either way, I mean, I get it. I would love. I would love to see the no social media thing for a weekend or a week, and just kind of see how natural it is for people to not be on their phone as much, because most of the time when you see people like glued to their phone, they're on social media.
100.
That's
Yeah,
what they're doing.
I'm guilty of it.
Yeah. Some people are addicted to games. Um, some people read books on their phone. How fucking ironic is that, right?
Yeah,
You know, I mean, it's a tool for everything. But most of the time, when you see a person that's just always looking at their phone, most of the time they're just
yep,
going through reels. And I mean, it's easy that, dude, when you're just chilling,
bro.
and it's
I
just
don't
like
even
watching
think.
TV, but you just can keep going and seeing, and then you see something funny, you send it to your buddy, and then you want to find more shit like that. I fall into the trap all the time.
Yeah, I do too. It's crazy for me to think that like kids growing up, or maybe even kids being born today, they grow up when they get you know to adolescence or even teens, like they won't even know what fucking TV is
Mm-hmm.
because all they're conditioned to do is either watch YouTube videos or TikTok videos or shorts or whatever. You know what I mean? Like that's their form of the attention span. Like long gone are the days where everyone had to sit down in front of a TV at a certain time at night to watch the next
Mm-hmm.
episode of your favorite show
Yeah, and you got to
as a
watch it right
as
then
a
and there.
unit,
Right.
right? Like
Yeah.
that was cool as shit,
Yeah.
right? Or even go to fucking Blockbuster and get a
Oh.
fucking, a tape or
Oh.
a DVD, right?
Now you're breaking into
Yeah,
my
I tell you
heart,
that,
man.
dude.
Now you're breaking into my
Right?
heart.
You get fucking some popcorn, like
Oh, the Blockbuster
that,
days.
dude.
Oh man. I remember going and like there's only 5 prints of the game
Oh,
that
dude,
just
that
came
was
out, and you get there and you waited all week and it's finally
man,
Friday and it's not
that
there.
shit pissed me off so bad,
I
dude.
remember walking up to the wall and going, "It's not there. They don't have it." Oh, and just being so upset and having
No,
to get, something different.
no. Well, fuck that, dude. I made sure I went to the fucking returns and
Always check the
returns.
returns.
Always check.
Always
the
had to
fucking
check the returns,
returns
man.
before. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And sometimes you got lucky.
That was a good
That
feeling.
was a good day.
That was a
that was a
good
great
feeling.
fucking day, dude.
Especially when it was just one.
Yeah.
I remember one time, I can't remember what game it was, but being up there and like being so desperate that I would wait. I'd wait for people to come and drop stuff in and see if that's it.
Right.
Especially if it was like a really hot new release. Movies, because there was always like
The 2-day rentals.
one wall.
Like,
yeah.
The 2-day rentals were the new releases. The ones that were like been out were 5 days.
Dude, we're never going to have anything like that again. Do they even
Ever.
have these red boxes out anymore? Those are gone.
No, they're
right?
gone, dude.
Yeah.
They're gone.
That's
'Cause
why
that
I
was
like
kind
to
of cool too.
I like to try and, as much as possible, channel the old school. 2 weekends ago, we went out and took Mabriana and Mia to some record. We went record store shopping.
Oh hell yeah!
You know,
Did you get anything good?
Mabriana got her first 2 Michael Jackson vinyls.
No
Kid's
shit.
obsessed with Michael Jackson
Hell
right now.
yeah.
So we were at a shop in Sarasota, and the guy was just getting a kick out of her when she started talking about Michael Jackson, and he had Thriller and what is it, Bad?
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, just
Dude,
boom, right up on the wall, and I'm like, how much? And he gave me a deal. He's like, for her, $60. I was like, all right.
Damn, dude.
It's a proud moment.
When I moved the first time from Texas to Florida, and we had lived in this house, and my parents had a record collection, and I wish I for some reason I would have just been like, no, we're keeping those. You know what I mean? Because like they had the old school Thriller, they had fucking tons of awesome records,
Mm-hmm.
and just to think how much those would have been worth. Not only from a monetary standpoint, but from like a sentimental standpoint. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
having those, I would honestly, bro, if I had those records, they'd be up on these walls.
I saw something the other day. Somebody did the epoxy, and they put a bunch of records under the floor.
Oh, that's cool.
Super dope.
That's fucking cool shit.
But I'm like looking, and I'm like, that had to be expensive.
Fuck yeah.
Like, oh no, actually, it was one of the shops that we went to, but
Really?
it was actually like it was the actual vinyls.
Yeah.
Epoxy
Epoxy onto the floor.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, it was dope. But I'm like, okay, $20 to $30 per record, and the whole square footage of the store. I was just like, well, they're probably a bunch of throwaway records.
Just the aesthetic was probably cool.
It was awesome. Yeah. I mean, records on the floor in a record store.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
kind of a necessary. Like, if I go to a record store and they don't have that, it's gonna be weird.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird.
I'm not gonna be happy.
All right, that's going to be a wrap for the first episode of the Tribute Brands podcast. First off, thank you so much for tuning in. Whether you're an artist, a venue, or a promoter, or just someone who loves live music, thank you so much for spending your time with us. Our goal on this podcast is pretty simple. We want to peel back the layer of the live music industry, share real experiences, and help everyone, from bands to buyers, so that we can all navigate this space just a little smarter. If you got any value out of this episode, do us a favor, subscribe, share it with someone in the industry, and keep the conversation going. We've got a lot more coming up, some awesome guests, some more stories, some more experiences, but most importantly, some more insight of what it takes to really build something sustainable in music. And if you're looking to book a show, grow a project, please visit us online at thetritibutebrands.com. Until next time, keep the shows packed, the energy high, and the rock and roll loud. We'll see you guys in the next episode.